Hi everyone, I'm Kanika Saxena from kanikasaxena.com. Hope you're all doing well. I'm here again on Food for Thought with Kanika Saxena with some exciting news. I'm happy to share that my book, A Lockdown Story, is now available in audiobook format as well. So, what this means is you can listen to a lockdown story on the go. And the book is now available in all three formats: ebook, paperback, and audiobook format. So you can choose the format you like best and enjoy a lockdown story. Wait a minute, did I say enjoy? You know, most people, when they hear the word lockdown, they are put off. They say, how can a lockdown story be enjoyable? People tell me I don't want to read this book because I don't want to be reminded of the lockdown. Yes, the lockdown was bad, it was dark, it was a very difficult time. But this book is not about the dark side of lockdown. A lockdown story is my is a memoir. It's my journey during the lockdown and how I overcame my fears and anxieties and learned to look at life differently. It was during the lockdown that I started my journey of self discovery, and that is an ongoing journey which I really enjoy. Now, everybody, I think, during the early stages of the pandemic, during the lockdowns, was really scared, anxious. We didn't know what was going to happen. And we were just staying indoors, and many of us were getting depressed, worked up. But this was the time that I decided to, cut down on my media intake. I reduced my social media interactions. I almost switched off the TV because the news that the TV was showing was very depressing about the number of deaths. Earlier, I was initially very curious to know the statistics with the hope that it'll come down, it'll improve, it'll improve. And when this was not happening, it became very depressing. And that's when I decided enough is enough and I stopped watching the news. Now, what this did is it brought a lot of peace to my mind. I felt the kind of peace I had not in so many years. And that is when I did some serious rethinking. About a whole lot of things. It was at that time I realized that I'm responsible for my happiness. And for years, I had been blaming others for not doing things for me, and that is the reason I'm unhappy. But it was during the lockdown that I realized that it's only I who know what makes me happy, and I can do things that make me happy. So this is and once I realized that I'm responsible for my happiness, I also began to understand how I'm responsible for everything that goes on in my life, whether it's the quality of my relationships, it's my health, everything, the responsibility lay on me. And once I took responsibility, I improved my health, my mental health, my peace, and my emotional health, my relationships. Overall, everything improved just because I decided to take personal responsibility instead of blaming others, instead of waiting for others to do something for me. And this made me feel powerful. I felt I was in control of my life. And this is why I say that something positive happened in my life during the lockdown, and it completely changed the path that I was taking, completely changed my life for the better. Now, lockdown, as I said, was a very, very dark time. It was a very, there was a lot of gloom and despair. People were going through a lot of difficulties because of the lockdown. But it was not that I did not suffer. I also, business wise, the work that I was doing, content writing, because many businesses were not functioning, I suffered a loss. I did not have that many projects. But what I did was I tried to channelize my time. I started reading more. I started writing blogs for different websites and other things. I honestly believe that even when the situation is bad, it's up to us whether we look at the glass half full or half empty. We can look at it as half empty and make ourselves miserable and look and feel low, or we have the option at looking at the half full glass and thinking what best we can do in the situation. And this is exactly what I chose to do. And this is the reason that it was during the lockdown that I wrote my first book, A Lockdown Story. And it was during the lockdown that I also started my content writing company, The Writing Right. Now, what the message I'm trying to convey through this book, A Lockdown Story, is that there is an opportunity in every adversity. It is how you look at it. The widespread gloom and despair during the lockdown, it is to give those people a ray of hope that I've written this book. I want people to think that there is a silver lining in every dark cloud, and we need to look for that silver lining in our lives. It was really heartening to know that most people who read this book could actually relate to it, and I felt extremely happy to know that many of my readers and even people in my circle to whom I told them about the positives in my life began to think about the positives that happened in their lives during the lockdown. So, and this is exactly what I'm trying to convey through the book. I want people to look at their lives and they will find that it was not all bad. There were some good things also that happened during the lockdown. And this is true of any situation. Whatever we face, there will always be something positive to look at. And that is the mindset we need to develop. And that is the mindset that I developed. The pandemic also made me realize that death is the only certainty, and that is something we can do nothing about. It will come sooner or later to all of us, and there is no point wasting this beautiful life over trivial issues and making ourselves and people around us miserable. It is best to leave little things, just aside and move on and enjoy the beauty of life. These are the things that I learned during the pandemic, that I realized during the lockdown, and this is what I have conveyed through my book, A Lockdown Story. I was really happy to know that even kids have enjoyed this book. This book is written in a very simple language and it's very easy to understand. There are no complicated words, and it's a very conversational tone it has. It looks as if somebody's trying to tell you something, and that's why it was easy to narrate it in the audio format. And this is the reason that even children could understand this book. I'm sharing a few videos where sent to me by a reader where a little child is listening to his mother reading the story to him. And I decided to convert this book into the audio format because many people told me that we want to read it, but we don't have the time. So now the book is available to you in the audio format. So you can read it when you are in the gym, when you are traveling, driving, or doing anything. So you can read it at a time of, listen to it rather, at the time of your convenience. And I'm sure when you read the book, you will realize that it's very close to your lives as well. It's not something, what I'm talking about is not something that is just about me. It's about you or everyone. It is a true story, and it is a story of every reader. So I'm sure you will enjoy reading a lockdown story. So order your copy either in the audiobook format, ebook format, or paperback. The links for all these books are mentioned in the description below. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. So, very happy once again to share that a lockdown story is now available as an audiobook. Thank you for watching this video. Do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Food for Thought with Kanika Saxena. Follow me on Instagram, like my Facebook page, and let's connect. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Until next time.